Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite, or whatever the case may be. My name is Marcus, and I am the host of the Black Brazil Today YouTube channel, as well as the blackbraziltoday.com blog, where I analyze Brazil from the perspective of race. So tonight I want to tackle another video that I recently saw on a social network. And I know I wanted to react to this video because it's a young lady that I've been checking out her work since I first became familiar with her and the partner she has. And they're both tackling a lot of topics that have to do with leftist agendas. So her name is Pachi Silva, and the name of the video, well, I'm calling it this. I'm taking the title from an Instagram page that the question was asked: Do you believe in Black feminism? For sociologist Patrícia Silva, they are using Black women as a manipulated mass to push forward their agendas. One of the main reasons I wanted to talk about this is because it's something that I've been analyzing for several months now, actually, a few years now, because when you are riding on the left train for a while, or whatever political movement that you might be on, you always have to be able to question, like, okay, is this the way things should be going? Is this something that I should really be believing in? Are there cracks in the armor that should be analyzed? How long do you follow a particular movement until you start to wonder if you're really moving in the right direction? I've seen it in a lot of movements. Like I said, I'm just a person. I have to be able to analyze both sides of the argument. Um, there's been a lot for years. Like I said, when my blog started off as Black Women of Brazil, and I transitioned over to Black Brazil Today. As I said, I believe that a lot that was going on in Brazil's movimento negro, the Black rights movement, was being led by a lot of Black women. And at the time, I said, "Wow, Black women they really moving this." But then somewhere along the way, a number of Black Brazilian men started, just pointing out certain things that they disagreed with coming out of particularly Black feminism and just the left as a whole. And just participating in some of those groups, having some of these dialogues, I says, well, definitely have to be able to look at both sides. I mean, you have to be able to respond to your critics. So I want to point out this, like I said, this isn't the first time I've delved into this. This is like the second or third video that I've talked about Pachi Silva. And some of the other videos that I've done will lead you down the path of understanding, why I have questions. Not only the videos that I'm talking about specifically with the Black Brazilian movement and Black feminism in Brazil, but when we take it in the larger context and say, okay, we've seen what's going on in the United States. Like Black men and Black women are basically at war in the United States. And a lot of men look at it like, well, a lot of this has to do with feminism that Black women have no reason to be participating in. The left as a whole, Black people feel like there's a percentage of Black people, Black Americans, who feel like that they are being manipulated and used by the left, and particularly the Democratic Party in the United States. So if we know that global forces are behind a lot of these movements, then is it wrong for me to question, okay, I see this going on in the United States. What's the possibility that the same thing is going to go down in Brazil? We're not going to know unless we're willing to, ask these questions. I've had a number of people who are just strongly on the left who've asked me this question, like, oh, are you jumping over to the conservative side? Like, no, I never said I was a conservative. I said I'm simply a person who's willing to look at both sides of the aisle, because whether we're left or right, we are still Black. And can we just agree? I don't think either side really has any look, how can we say, I don't think either side really wants to look out for the fortunes of the Black population, whether we're talking about the United States or Brazil. So in recent months, these are just a couple of the videos that I've highlighted to, like I said, I want to take a deeper dive into, okay, let's look at the whole scenario. Afro-Brazilian conservative Paulo Cruz's message to Brazil's Black movements: you have been used by the left. Another video: thinking about the other side of Black feminism, do Black men really have an advantage over Black women? What do the statistics show? Another video: Where are the policies for Black men? Sociologist says government Department of Racial Equality focuses only on Black women, ignoring the plight of Black men. This is what this guy was saying. He was saying that with the rise of Lula da Silva into his third term as the president of Brazil, and this whole Department of Racial Equality that they have, he feels like, and this is something, like I said, a lot of Black Brazilian men have pointed this out. Why is it that it seems like women are dominating Black rights movements and what demands of the Black population? And in many ways, it's Black men who also need help. You can't just focus on just lifting one demographic when Black men or Black women equally have problems in Brazilian society. And he's saying, why are you ignoring the plight of Black men? Okay. Another video. This is the same woman who I'm talking about today, Patrícia Silva. The feminist movement is racist. Expert criticizes the movement's ideas and defends a broad debate on the racial issue by the Brazilian right wing. Okay. So let's go back and get into this video for today. Okay, again, I'm reacting to a video, a short clip of an interview with sociologist Patrícia Silva. Okay, so this is Patrícia Silva here. I found this on the Política da Mulher Negra, which means Black women's politics. And the IG page is asking a question: do you believe in Black feminism? The IG page introduces the video and says, for some time, I believed in this myth, which I am aware is the first contact many sisters have with the process of self-identification, emancipation, and recognition as political subjects. Although some talk about intersectionality, I understand that feminism is definitely not my place of belonging. So this is what a Black woman wrote on this page called Black Women's Politics. Política da Mulher Negra. This is how she introduced the piece. She's asking people to comment and say, what about you? What do you think? So this is, again, Patrícia Silva. The question is, do you believe in Black feminism? So Patrícia Silva is going to give an example. Her and her partner, I think, is Gisliane Freitas. It's a pair of Black women who wrote a book that are questioning Black feminism, okay, or feminism as a whole. So let's see here. This is what she said in the short clip from the video. Quote, there is no genuine demand from Black women to have an abortion. There is a genuine demand from a feminist intelligista saying that Black women want abortions. I worked for a while in a favela here in Rio, and there were many students graduating from the project. They had the same cycle. They graduated, got married, and got pregnant. I don't remember them saying they wanted an abortion. They didn't want to. Within the community, they would no longer be a girl, but a mother, and a mother was another status, a status they wanted to achieve. And then I wonder, based on experiences I've had, to what extent this discourse that feminists use to say that Black women want to have abortions and can't is valid. I don't remember anyone wanting an abortion. I remember them wanting to have a child. Once again, the intelligentsia, progressive activists, are using Black women as a manipulated mass to push forward their agendas. Where have we heard this argument before? Let's get into what the people said that commented on this particular video. The first comment said, that's right, no patience for these feminists who are more concerned with their own navel than take advantage of or belittle issues that don't benefit them. Second comment. So I've been working on the streets of Sao Paulo for 30 years. I've accompanied many Black women who tried to have an abortion. They would provoke the police at Luz Station, this Luz being an area in a neighborhood in Sao Paulo that has a police department, a police station at the Luz, in the Luz neighborhood. They would provoke the police at the Luz station to beat them up in an attempt to lose their babies. Many of the Black women, prostitutes in the lower class, know that they have nowhere to leave the child they are expecting. There are married women who are raped by their husbands or partners, or who get pregnant accidentally and try to have an abortion in any way. I don't believe that the issue of abortion can be validated in the experiences of girls who want to be mothers in the communities. The other, and status, is that of the girl who will be cared for, looked at differently because she is pregnant. Also because she is the mother of the child of someone important in the community. In any case, abortion is a matter of public health and personal choice, and it should be supported by the state. Okay. Next comment. I think the error in the research is that it doesn't identify the spaces, the rural, city, peripheral neighborhoods, or slums. Age, Black women, meaning Black and brown. In this case, she's saying, again, we have to talk about how some people believe Black and brown women are completely separate. Others put them together as Black women. Identify them. Are they not the girls who don't follow the path of compulsory maternity? I think that the studies on compulsory motherhood and the overburdening of Black women who often have to take care of their children, their homes, and other work, these are very well founded theories, are one of the many problems with feminism, which in its beginnings starts out white. I think it's worth listening to these Black women who don't want to change the status of mother in their youth. And it's also wrong to throw the term feminism in the garbage can. We have Lelia Gonzalez, a very famous Afro-Brazilian leader, anthropologist, and feminist, who showed very important indicators. Okay, then she apologizes from some of her spelling errors. Next comment says, there is no genuine demand for Black women to have abortions or genuine demand for Black women to be mothers. Putting the debate in this way hides the fact that it is the right of any woman to have support in the event of an unwanted pregnancy, but it further hides the fact that although the practice of abortion is still criminalized in our country for all, those who suffer the consequences of unsafe abortion, which leads to death, are Black and young women. This is life we're talking about. It's a shame to present the issue in such a misguided way. Last comment says, feminism only serves to fragment Black people. So I'm going to just say that there's no one way to look at this. Obviously, you have people who support what Patrícia Silva says. Other people say it's problematic to look at it in a simple way. Other people reject it. You know, all I would say is that we do have to be able to analyze both sides of this argument. In the end, this being one of the planks of feminism, if I'm not mistaken, abortion is still outlawed in Brazil. The left is still pushing to get abortion legalized. In the meantime, people who want abortions, sometimes they end up dying by having these clandestine type of abortions, back alley type abortions. And I don't think this is a simple topic to be able to discuss, but this is the way Patrícia Silva saw it. She sees the push for abortion as a way of manipulating Black women to get a law passed that maybe Black women are not necessarily in support of. And, I can't say, unless you go down the line and ask every Black woman in Brazil how they feel about the left, how they feel about feminism, how they feel about abortion. This is a debate that can keep going on and on. My whole purpose for even presenting this today was just to show that there is such a contentious argument from one side who are in support and the other side who are not. So curious to know what you all thought about this particular video. I'm going to continue to analyze the work of Patrícia Silva, Gislaine Freitas, Paulo Cruz, and these type of people, because there has to be a balance. You won't know which way is the right way or if both ways are wrong if you're not willing to look at both sides of the aisle. So anyway, want to know what you all thought about this video. Leave a comment in the comment section. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell so that you know when I put out another video. Consider dropping a few dollars in my Cash App or sending a super thanks. Every little bit is appreciated. And with that said, I'm going to end this video here and request that you all come back and check out the next video that I post.